All right, so I wanted to talk a little bit today about Ferro rods, which this Schrade came with. They start fires, they make sparks, and mag bars for those who don't know. Same kind of idea up above. You can shave, you can see some of the edges of this one are already shaved off, and start fires with it. The magnesium burns really hot. I was just gonna go over a couple little techniques and different ways that I've done it, and how you can do it from beginner to advanced, or however you want to say it. This is just jute twine, and since I like starting fires so much, I'll probably set a few of these pieces on fire, try to show you an example of it, some of the basic ways to strike the stuff. This is like some survival slash bushcraft practice and ideas for you if you've never done anything like this. I mean, number one, you should probably always be carrying, I think I got a blue one in my pocket today, which is horrible, and it doesn't have a ranger band on it or anything like that, or sometimes I leave duct tape on them. This one I literally just grabbed running out of the house. I know I have some in the pack, but this is what I had. Anyways, having something like that on you is great, but now I wanted to show you a couple different techniques of, say, a ferro rod. And real quick, and I can leave a link to the description in this. This has like a diamond sharpener with it and everything like this. And these were just a cheap mag bar. Harbor Freight, I think $1.99. Walmart, sometimes $5, something like that. So a lot of people will take, and you see the spark come off of that? They'll make the spark to hit the flame. You could take like this too. I would recommend not using your blade, especially in a survival situation. Now your blade's gonna be dull. This one does come with a diamond sharpener, the Schrade. So it's kind of a nice overall package because it came with a ferro rod. I've started many fires. That thing is not quite round anymore. Usually you'll have to scrape off some of the black on there, and a lot of times you can leave this in Vaseline and inside of a bag. This one I did not do. This is not my main ferro rod. This is just one of my ferro rods. So now one of the other techniques is, I mean, from doing it back this way too, you get even more of an edge in it. It shoots even a bigger strike. So you want to push down when you do this. I know some people might think this is kind of like, duh, I know how to do that, but there's so many different ways you could do it. Now, I'm not gonna start this yet. Instead of pushing and knocking your whole tinder bundle over when you're trying to really start it, you can also take like this and pull with this one. See, that knife stays still. I didn't strike it, I just pulled it. That way I can leave the stuff sitting there and pull it and have the spark hit it. Now you can get all fancy and have a lot of fun. And it also depends on what kind of knife you have, if it strikes real good or not. This one's carbon. You can do like this too. If I want this to be a little bit more, now you can hammer this thing down so it doesn't move at all, but I want to get real precise, and oops, I hit it where there was still black. You could do this like that. So if I had it like this and I had my little tinder bundle there and I had more stuff getting ready, you know, you're gonna need a fire in a survival situation. Got to stay warm, cook food, anything. You can do like this. And that's enough to hopefully get your stuff going. I would probably use a bigger piece, but the jute twine catches on fire really good. So that's a ferro rod, a ferro rod, and they work really good. It did come with this Schrade in this package. Schrade, yeah. This was a really budget knife when I originally bought it, but I really do like it. It has beaten up everything for me and still goes strong. And it strikes every kind of rod. Some of the knives that I have do not strike the ferro rods as good. Now here is a mag bar. Same bait. Well, here what I'll do is maybe I won't use any jute twine, but you can see right here it's got that rod in it. So this one, you see the sparks? We tried using that saw that came with it. Completely useless. You can take this. You see these little pieces that are coming off? Hopefully you'll be able to see it. I'm just using the back of the blade, shaving off enough of that magnesium, because that stuff burns really good, really hot. You wouldn't necessarily need, and it's gonna sparkle. Watch this. You get it all up into a pile like that, and say even some of the tinder might be wet. And of course that jute twine is really dry, but I can put like this. Now I can hit this. Now, same thing as before, you could do the strike, right? Or you can pull. I'm gonna try to pull on this, and when it hits the magnesium, you'll see it. Up. And it's hitting the little pieces. Ooh, baby. I might be better off. As you can see, $1.99. I am having problems. It's catching some of the little sparks around there, but not the big one. Better example. Because this just goes poof, all you got to do with the jute twine is open this up, break out all these little fibers. Now you'll see it, the whole thing go, because once it hits one of the two, I just love this survival and bushcraft stuff. So now it's going to catch everything because it's just going to be a mess. So maybe I'll pull on that again. Oh, come on, catch that magnesium. See that magnesium burning? It was really quick, but it was look at this. Before, left a little mark. You can see some of that burn pretty hard. Well, hopefully you can see that. But that really started to burn. But anyways, this is a cheaper version for a fire starter. And as you can see, it wears really, really fast. And you can see where I was scraping off the magnesium on there. Jute twine stuff, Dollar Tree, you can get like 4 little rolls of this stuff for like, what is it now, $1.25, something like that. But 2 different ways besides having a lighter that you can get a fire started. And like I said, I'll leave a description or a link in the description for that Schrade, maybe a mag bar, something off of Amazon or something like that you can get a mag bar. They're pretty common. And maybe even a different ferro rod. I had to dig through my pack right now to find a different one. But I just wanted to show in a survival situation, there's a couple different ways that you can strike the ferro rod. There's a couple different, and the ferro rods are gonna last a lot longer than that mag bar. But this way, a lot of people do it. They end up knocking, you know, their bundles over. And in a tough situation, it's a lot easier sometimes to just pull. Might be able to, oh, got some of that magnesium to burn. A lot easier with a ferro rod than a mag bar, but the mag bar is like super budget. It's still gonna get you some fires, but you notice it doesn't strike as good as even this cheap Schrade, very thin ferrocerium rod. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Follow if it's your first time here. You guys want to see any more videos like this where I'm explaining how to use different survival stuff and different techniques to do this type of stuff? Yeah, let me know. And follow, like I said, first time here, give us a thumbs up, and yeah, we'll see you again soon.